discover your Ford.
We are going to have some fun.
Let's get started.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday Eve. That's right. It is Thursday evening. This is Discover Your Ford, and I'm excited to be here with you on our live stream. I'm Errol, and I will be your host this evening, and we're going to talk about, that's right, you see it here behind me, the all-new, all-electric F-150 Lightning. First off, congratulations to all my F-150 Lightning owners that have taken delivery of your vehicle. I know you're excited. I know that you're having a great time with your truck. And what we're going to do in our time together is give you some real tips and tricks that you can utilize to maximize and get the most out of your vehicle. Because there's a ton of technology inside of this Lightning. And we want to make sure that you're able to tap into every part of it. Now, with that being said, as I mentioned, this is our live stream broadcast. And so for that, we are going to be live in studio, which means that I may not be able to demonstrate every feature or function that I would like to. And so for that, I'm going to rely on some technology along with some pre-recorded video that we have. Now, while you're taking the time and getting comfortable, make sure that you utilize the chat area that's right here below me, because there you can go ahead and get in your questions. You can also even give us suggestions for maybe some things that you want to know more about when it comes to your Lightning. Also, while you're there as well, take this time to share the link with other Lightning owners or in a Lightning forum. If you're part of a Lightning group or forum, go ahead and share out the link right now to Discover Your Ford, because we want to get as many owners as possible in our live stream schedule. We're going to be here twice a month, giving you great content and information all around your ownership experience when it comes to your Ford vehicle. And it's not just for the Lightning, it's for a lot of Ford vehicles. So if you're a multi-Ford owner, well, make sure you go and check into Discover Your Ford and find our show schedules for our upcoming shows. Also, with the F-150 Lightning, if you have specific things that you want to know, get those comments into the chat right now. While we're here in our time together, I'm going to be answering your questions live. Also, I have my chat team standing by to help answer your questions as well. So go ahead, you can start right now. We're ready for you. Now, speaking of logging into the chat, one of the cool things that you're going to get, well, we put together a complimentary F-150 Lightning brochure for you. So it's a great way for you to see more information about your F-150 Lightning and some really cool photos that we were able to capture as well. So go ahead right now. You're able to download that brochure. It is complimentary. So go ahead, take advantage of that. Make sure you check out the link to download that and enjoy that digital brochure. So let's get into what we're going to be talking about in our time here this evening. So in this episode for today, here's what we're going to discuss. We're going to start off with the Mega Power Front. Then we're going to talk about our Pro Power Onboard system. We're going to talk about your tailgate. We're going to look at zone lighting. We're going to get into the onboard scales. We're going to talk Ford Intelligent Backup Power. And then we're going to wrap it up by talking about the Blue Oval Charge Network. We've got a lot of stuff to cover, and I'm excited, and I hope you guys are ready. Because are you ready? Are you ready? Larry, you ready? Well, let's get right into it. Let's start right up front with the Mega Power Front. Now, as you guys know, the Mega Power Front is one of the staples of the F-150 Lightning. With this being an all-electric platform, we were able to maximize the space that you're going to find underneath the hood. Now, if you don't know already, there are a multitude of ways that you can actually open the Mega Power Front. One, there's a button that's actually located right here that you can actually press to open it. Two, you can actually open it and access it from your key fob. So there's a button on your key fob that you can actually access. Three, inside the cab of your vehicle, there's an actual physical button that you can press to open it. And four, you can also do it on your sync screen. And then five, you can also do it from your Ford Pass app. So no matter how you want to access the Mega Power Front, we have got you covered. Now I'm going to go ahead and utilize my key fob to get it open up here, and that way we can take a look at this Mega Power Front. Now it's mega because it's large. It's power because, well, it has power that you're going to get introduced with the Pro Power Onboard, which I'll talk to in a little bit. But here's the two things that you want to remember. 400 and 400. That's right. It's 400 liters of storage, 400 pound of payload capacity. And so utilizing this space really is going to allow you to maximize the area that you have when it comes to your Mega Power front. You're going to get really cool things like you have a wash out surface. So here with the Mega Power front, you actually have, and look, remember those numbers I told you about? Larry, check this out right here. 400 liters, 400 pounds. So even if you forget what I said, it's right there for you. So what's really cool about this space is you actually have a drain plug. Now, if I move my mobile power cord, you'll actually be able to see it. I'm just going to put this on the side here. Remember, with your purchase, you actually get the mobile power cord included. So that's a great way for you to be able to travel and still have the ability to plug in and get some power to your F-150 Lightning. You have a drain plug here that's a one-way system. So you can easily hose this out and wash it down, which is really cool and really nice. And then also, what's really nice about this divider here is that you can actually utilize this to divide up the cargo area here in the front. So if I were to put this sliding here, now you can easily see that I have an area where I can put beverages or other things, maybe components of ice or things that I want to drain out easily. That way I can clean it easily and reassemble it easy. Another cool, fun tool for all of my fishermen out there. Check this out, Larry. Right here in the Mega Power front, there's a ruler. That's right. So guess what, guys? If you're a fisherman, you go out fishing, no longer do you have to debate about who has the biggest catch. You can measure it here, and then guess what? You can slide the fish with some ice right down there in your Mega Power front, and you are ready to go. Some other cool things that you'll find around the Mega Power front is your grocery hooks and some other cool things. And of course, as I mentioned, the power element comes in right here with the Pro Power Onboard. You've got 2.4 kilowatts of power right here up front that you're able to turn on with the press of this button, or you're actually able to turn it on from inside on your sync screen as well. Now, the great thing about this with the Pro Power Onboard, which I'm going to touch on a little bit later, is that you can get up to 9.6 kilowatts of usable power when it comes to the Pro Power Onboard system. So again, guys, some great things that you're able to utilize all there from the Mega Power front. So let's talk about it. We covered the 2.4 there. Let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit more about some things that you're going to see. Let's take a look at some of the things you're going to see in the back when it comes to the Pro Power Onboard. You guys ready? Let's head to the back. Larry, follow me right this way. So with the Pro Power Onboard, as we talked about, it's all about getting power out of your truck. Now, I just introduced you to the 2.4 kilowatts that you have there in the front. Well, here's the nice thing about it. And Larry, come around this way so you can go ahead and I can show them where the other power is going to come from. So here, guys, you'll actually notice and see that you actually have 7.2 kilowatts of power that you're able to draw from the back. That's right. They're two separated inverters. So what's the benefit of that is you can power just the front and utilize the 2.4, or you can power just the back utilizing the 7.2 kilowatts. That combines for the total of 9.6 kilowatts available with the Pro Power Onboard system. So think about this. That's the good for things like a welder, a space heater, a large box fan if you wanted to. Not only could you tailgate, but you can now front gate. That's right. We're bringing that term. Front gating is a thing. It's real. So the benefit of utilizing both power systems is that, as I mentioned, you have the button here that you can easily see where you can access to turn the system on. So if you're external, you just press this button, and then what you'll have access to, you have your 240 volt plug there. You also have your 120 volt outlets underneath here. And in total, guys, guess what? You're going to have up to 11 outlets available with the Pro Power Onboard. That's right, 11. So not only do you have the 4 up front, you have 2 inside the cab, you have 4 120 volts back here, and then the additional 240 volt system. So thinking about that and utilizing all of that combined, I mean, the 120 volts are great for things like, you know, hammer drills, a microwave, a blender, like I said, if you're doing some front gating, even a TV if you wanted to, right? Great opportunity. And then that 240 volt outlet, well, that of course is going to give you the higher power items, so you can use certain things like a welder or space heater, things that you might want to draw whether you're at the work site or the campsite. So it's a really, really cool thing that you're able to use. Now, just so you know, with the 240, it is the NEMA L14 30 twist lockout. So it is not your typical 3-prong outlet, all right? So that just kind of gives you an idea there as well. Now, while we're here at the tailgate, Larry, let's switch and I'm going to show them some really cool things because I showed them the ruler that you guys get in the Mega Power front. Well, the tailgate doesn't slack either because one of the cool features that you're going to have is the available tailgate work surface. But before I get there, let me tell you about one of the features I love, and if you've been part of our F-Series family, you've come to love it too, and that is our tailgate step. The tailgate step is really simple, and it gives you a really great and easy way that you can access the bed of your truck. So as you guys see there, it's just the press of a button. Then from there you use the handle, and with that in hand, you're able to go ahead and easily access and get in and out of the bed of your truck. Really simple. And then when you're ready to go ahead and pack it up, well, it's just follow the numbers, right? 1 to let the handle down, 2 to fold it here, and then you just push this back into place, and then from there you just lift the step back up and go ahead and click it back in. Now, we talked about the tailgate work surface, so let's look at some of the features that you're going to have there. As I talked about, we talked about being able to have measurements. You have both your metric and imperial ruler here, so you'll be able to take a look and utilize those things there, which is really great. You're going to also notice that you have some really cool things like C-clamps here. So if in the event you have the holders here that you can go ahead and access, and you can use this for C-clamps, which is really nice. So the C-clamp pockets that you have here will clamp wood to your tailgate, allowing you to continue to do work and utilize that 240 outlet that we talked about and really get the job done. Some other cool features that I like is the cup holder, which you can also use this to hold, let's say, small screws or little things that you don't want to get lost or rolled around. This is a spot where you can use for pens and pencils. And then, of course, here you have your tablet or your cell phone holder, and it actually even gives different sizes, which will allow you to go ahead and prop up your device while, let's say, maybe you're watching a YouTube video or something along those lines, or just your favorite show while you're hanging out. You got a lot of different opportunities and flexibility that you can do with this as well. Now, some other cool things that you'll notice within regards to the flexibility that you have back here is your tie-down points, right? So with the tie-down points, you're going to have some tie-down points that are here. And this is really cool because this also can double as a bottle opener, which is really nice. And then also you'll see that you have some tie-down points throughout the bed of your F-150 Lightning as well. So you really get the opportunity to maximize this space and really get the job done. Whether you're talking about the Mega Power front, which I want you guys to think about that now. If you utilize the bed of your truck, what's nice about the front is that now you have a lockable storage area. It's weather tight, so a lot of the tools and maybe some of the things that you would throw back here normally in the bed of your truck, you can now secure in the Mega Power front and not have to worry about them. Like I said, remember those two numbers, 400 and 400, right? So 400 liters of storage, 400 pounds of payload. So that's really cool. Now, I showed you guys also with the Mega Power front that it is powered, and with, depending on which Lightning you do have the available power tailgate as well. So you can actually do the same thing as I mentioned. There's a button underneath for the tailgate. You can also, on your key fob, there is a button here that will allow you to do power down and power up. And then also inside of the cab as well, you can go ahead and you can let that up or down. So I'm going to use the key fob, and as you guys can see, it's going up from there. Now, here's a really cool feature. So I know you guys seen the lights flash, right? And so one of the things that we talked about is whether you're at the campsite or the job site or anywhere in between, the Lightning has some pretty cool lights all surrounding the vehicle. As a matter of fact, we call them our zone lighting. Now, zone lighting is really a great feature because what it's going to allow you to do is illuminate certain areas around your truck. So let's say you're at the campsite and you need more visibility, or let's just say you're going home and you want to be able to get things out the bed of your truck and have some light to help you along your way. Zone lighting is going to help you in accomplishing that. So it's great for working at night, or great for getting, campsite visibility at night, or like I said, just running out and grabbing something. You know what, Larry? Instead of talking about it, I want to show them a little bit about it. So let me show you guys first how you can get into the zone lighting, and then I'll show you a little bit about what it does. Before I do that, let me go ahead and close up my Mega Power front here. And again, I'm going to use the key fob to go ahead and close that down. And then I'm going to show you guys how you can access the zone lighting from inside of your F-150 Lightning. All right, so I'm going to hop in here. All right. So now that I've hopped into the truck. So one thing that I want to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and put the vehicle in accessory mode. And so with that, remember, we're in a closed studio, so I'm not going to put my safety belt on, but I'm also not starting the vehicle and I'm not moving. So I encourage you guys, make sure you follow the laws of the land, always wear your safety belt, always be safe. So I'm going to go ahead and put the vehicle in accessory mode because I want to be able to show you guys the zone lighting. Now, if you're paying attention, guess what it did? It got a little dark in the studio, right? Because like I said, we want to show you guys how these things work. So to access the zone lighting, the first thing that you'll want to do is you can actually go in, and if you have the Sync 4A screen, you're going to go ahead and, which is what we have here, you're going to go ahead and press the F-150 lightning icon here in the upper right, left-hand corner, excuse me. Now I'm going to turn my headlamps all the way off. So I turn my headlights completely off. Normally they'll be in auto if you keep them in auto, but I turned them off just because I wanted you guys to see the brightness and the best visibility for the screen. Now once you press that vehicle icon, then what you're going to do from there is you are going to go ahead and scroll until you see zone lighting. Now here's the really cool feature. With your zone lighting, you of course can turn it on, so once you have it powered on, then now you get to select the individual zone. So we were just at the tailgate, let's start in the back. So boom, I press that button and you'll see there that the tailgate is now illuminated and along with the bed of my truck. And what's really nice about that is, as I mentioned, if you're at the work site or the campsite and you need to maybe grab some gear out, or if you're just continuing to do work because maybe something's carried over into the evening, you can now have full visibility while you're in the back, maximizing and using that workspace. Now, if you want some access here, you can continue to go right around the truck. You can do your driver's side. So another cool feature there. You can do the front of the vehicle. So now you've got front lighting, and then you can, of course, do your passenger side as well. So boom, now we have illuminated the studio utilizing our zone lighting, which is a really cool feature. And guess what? If I'm ready to turn all of them off at the same time, I can simply press this button, and they all go off at the same time. And the same thing is true if I am ready to turn them on. Simply press the button here, and now they are all on. Now you can also go into and get some additional settings here. So if you go into settings, there's some additional features that you can control when it comes to the zone lighting. So it's another great feature and something that's really going to come in handy. So I hope you guys enjoy the zone lighting and make sure that you utilize that. Now, with that being said, let's talk about some other cool features that you're going to be able to see and utilize from your Sync 4A screen. Specifically, since we talked a lot about the bed and getting the job done, I wanted to show you guys a cool feature called our onboard scales. Now, the onboard click right here on onboard. Scales. So we'll do 200, and what you're going to see as soon as this will allow me, there it is. Okay. That screen and that meter is actually measuring, and you'll see the difference in my weight, and you'll actually see it fluctuating in real time. So this is great for you because as I even come down, then you also will be able to see that that meter changes and goes back towards zero. Now, what's really cool about that and why that's beneficial for you is because as you travel, you can actually get a real-time predictive estimate as you load and unload different things that will impact your payload. So again, when it comes to getting out the most out of your F-150 Lightning, that's another great feature that will allow you to do that. All right, so hope you guys enjoy that and allow me to have some fun as well. Now, another cool thing before we move on, I want to talk a little bit more, but before we move on, I want to talk about, because we talked about all the ways that we can get power out of your truck. Well, let's take a little bit of time and talk more about one important way that really will be beneficial. Now, we did go ahead and we made the studio dark. Larry, let's head to the front because I want to talk to them about Ford Intelligent Backup Power. Now, just as the lights were able to go out here in the studio, you might have a situation to where maybe the lights go out at your home. Well, with your F-150 Lightning, one of the beneficial things that you're going to have, and let me make sure I turn these headlights off here and turn the vehicle off. Give me 1 second, guys. Don't want you getting any additional glare there. All right. And so one of the nice things that you're going to have is that you are going to be able to utilize the Intelligent Backup Power System. So in the event of a power outage, your F-150 Lightning has the ability to power your home for up to 3 days and up to 10 days if you curb your electric usage. Here's the great thing of how that works. You'll want to partner with a company, Sunrun, who will come in and they will install the home integration system. The home integration system allows your F-150 Lightning to take your house off of the grid and allow it to draw power from your F-150 Lightning. The great thing about that is that when it senses that the power has been restored to the grid, well then it will automatically go ahead and switch back over, allowing the Pro Charge Station to charge your F-150 Lightning and return your house to the normal usage. So it's a great system to have and one that will really give you the peace of mind because think about it. You're now able to use your F-150 Lightning in lieu of a backup generator. And so now no more worrying about going out and maybe getting gasoline or doing other things because your F-150 Lightning is going to get the job done for you. Another cool thing that you're able to do with the Intelligent Backup System is that you're also able to program it to where you can have a reserve set. So as an example, if you know that the closest working charging station is 50 miles away, well, you can go ahead and program that reserve into your F-150 Lightning. So that way, when you get to that point, you're able to drive to the charging station, recharge, and then come back home and repower your home. So there's a lot of great things that you're able to do with that Intelligent Backup Power. The main thing that you want to go over is what it requires. Because first off, you do have to, as I mentioned, have the software activation. So you're going to make sure that you have the Lightning with the extended range battery, and you also want to make sure that you can get the information because you do want to get that software, which can be purchased at one time at Ford.com/connected services. All right, so that's where you would get the Intelligent Backup Power software activation. Now from there, you also make sure you have the Ford Charge Station Pro, which the great thing is if you purchase the extended range battery of the F-150 Lightning, we're the only manufacturer that actually includes the charge station with the vehicle. So the Ford Charge Station Pro is included with the F-150 Lightning pickups that have the extended range battery. You can also purchase it if you have the standard range battery. You can purchase it at chargers.ford.com. Now the next thing you'll need, as I mentioned, is the home integration system, and that's where you'll need to work with Sunrun, or a licensed electrician who will be able to have the power. You'll make sure that your F-150 Lightning is plugged in, and it will do the rest of the work there for you. You can set limits to your time for your power. You can set the reserve, as I mentioned. And what will happen is if in the event of power outage, you'll get a notification through your FordPass app. And from there, you'll know that the system is working and doing exactly what it's intended to do. So that's a great feature that you're able to use. And like I mentioned, if your F-150 Lightning starts to get low on power, well, guess what? That's where you will access and utilize the Blue Oval Charge Network. because it's North America's largest charging network. And the nice thing about the Blue Oval Charge Network is that you will be able to access it and see where the closest charging station is to you. And depending on the charging station, you'll even be able to see how many units they have and how many are in active use. So right now there's over 23,900 charging stations throughout North America, which leads to over 75,000 plugs nationwide. So now you can go ahead and get to the charging station that works for you. As a matter of fact, I left my phone in the car, but Larry, I'm going to show them how they can easily find the charging station as well. And as a matter of fact, while I'm in here, guys, let me go ahead and make sure that I turn off the zone lighting as well. But let's go ahead and bring that up. Boom. I'm going to power that back on and turn off the zone lighting. So we're going to utilize some technology as I promised. I want to show you guys how easily you can access your local charging stations through your Ford Pass app. Now, one of the things that's also nice is that through your navigation, you will actually be routed through the closest charging station as well. That's through our intelligent backup system. All right, intelligent range system, excuse me. So let's go here, give me 1 second, and let's bring up my Ford Pass app. Now, what you'll notice that's nice about the Ford Pass app, it's a free resource and tool, so I encourage you to go ahead and download it and make sure that you have that available. When you're there and you're in the Ford Pass app, you can easily click on the Blue Oval Charge Network. You'll see it right there at the bottom. So when you click on the Blue Oval Charge Network, it gives you the information. And then when you want to go ahead and you want to get to a charging station, you click on the map button, and it is going to help you locate the charging stations near you. So if I click on charging, it's going to take a moment to populate, and then you guys can see exactly as I mentioned. You'll see that it has a DC fast charger available, and the one that's closest to us is here offered through Electrify America. Right now it has 3 out of the 4 plugs available, and it does offer the DC fast charging. So you can see that I can go through here, and I can even access it and look on the map to go ahead and find those charging stations. Now, one of the cool things as well, if you are planning on going on a trip and you want to use that as well, when you go to that map, you'll also see that you have your trip planner. So you can click on that, and you can go ahead and do certain things like program a trip or other features that will allow you to map the charging stations along your travel route. All right, so make sure you guys download the Ford Pass app, utilize the Blue Oval Charge Network. It's a great way for you to be able to make sure that as you're getting all of this power out of your truck, well, that you're able to get power into the truck as well. Let me go ahead and grab my tablet here. All right, so with that being said, I want to encourage you guys, make sure that you go ahead and you download that digital lightning brochure. Because in that digital lightning brochure, you're going to find a lot of the information that we discussed in our time here together. Now, if you don't find the information there, you know where another great place to find it is? That's right here on Discover Your Ford. Because here in Discover Your Ford, you will find more quick tips, in-depth videos, one-on-one walkthroughs, and our live stream schedule. Remember, we're going to be back August 4th with our next F-150 Lightning Show. But we have many other shows to offer as well. So make sure that you go to Discover Your Ford, and if you have more than one Ford vehicle, or even if you're in the market, you can go ahead and look at the upcoming calendar of shows, and then also see some of our other videos for other Ford products. Because Discover Your Ford is all about making your Ford ownership experience exciting, comfortable, and informative. Now, with that being said, this has already been a ton of fun. I hope that the information we covered was good to you. But guess what, Larry, I'm looking at the clock. We've got to run. But listen, don't you worry at all. Because guess what? Larry and I, well, we'll be back on the next one. We'll see you then, August 4th. Mark your calendars. Have a great night.